I know he's a good fighter, but this is just different. You know,
Great fighter.
You see what happened when a good fighter jump up and his opponent is great fighter. So you're gonna find out.
So that means you're a good fighter, and Bivol is a great fighter. Is you a good fighter or a great fighter? Let me know.
I'm a great fighter.
So you got your ass whooped by a good fighter, right?
You're a good fighter.
Well, every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter.
I'm not.
I'm promoting the fight.
Yeah.
So the reason that I wear the Canelo Crawford shirt when I'm doing Canelo Crawford press is so people don't mistakenly think that I'm doing a UFC press conference. Because I think when everybody sees me, they associate UFC immediately. So
Yeah.
I always wear the Canelo Crawford shirt when I'm doing a Canelo Crawford.
And you just have a strict like marketing deal with boxing for that fight?
No, I'm promoting the fight. Me and my team are running that fight.
Dmitry Bivol, the fighter who handed Canelo Alvarez one of his most memorable losses, has recently shared his perspective on the highly anticipated showdown between Canelo and Terence Crawford.
At the very highest level, you mentioned mentality. The reason I feel that Crawford has a good chance of winning is because it will be very hard for Canelo to break him, to break his will.
For him, how I saw him, mentality, he's strong mentally, yeah? And he won this fight from the core. And it gives him credit with mentality to get the power from 168.
While many boxing fans are fixated on the size difference between the two fighters, Bivol has offered a surprising outlook, suggesting that Crawford has what it takes to defy the odds and defeat the Mexican legend. Bivol, known for his sharp and technical style, made it clear that he believes mental preparation is just as important, if not more so, than physical size. Despite Crawford's natural weight class being 2 divisions lower than Canelo's, Bivol feels that Crawford's ability to maintain focus and mental toughness could be what ultimately gives him the edge in the fight. The Russian boxer went on to explain that it's not just about adjusting to the physical pressure that Canelo brings, but also about being mentally ready for the challenge.
This is just only mentality or sparring partners to get used to this weight. This is the combination of all of it. He needs to spar with bigger guys. He needs to be confident that he's okay with these punches. He needs to be confident that he will go in the ring and he could get the punches from Canelo and he will be okay with this.
Bivol's take runs counter to many others in the boxing world who have pointed out the stark size gap between the two fighters. Crawford, a welterweight champion, has spent the majority of his career fighting at 140 to 147 pounds, while Canelo has proven himself across multiple weight classes, even up to 175 pounds. While many see this as a major obstacle for Crawford, Bivol seems less concerned about the size difference. He emphasized that Crawford's adaptability and boxing intelligence make him a formidable opponent, regardless of the weight disparity. According to Bivol, the key for Crawford would be his ability to fight his fight, sharp, strategic, and precise, while maintaining his mental clarity.
Things, but he's able. He has good skills. He's awkward. He can use 2 boxing stands. It gives him benefits, of course.
Mentality, Bivol believes, is crucial when facing someone like Canelo. In his own victory over Alvarez, Bivol stayed calm and executed his plan without being swayed by the magnitude of the fight. It wasn't about overpowering Canelo physically, rather it was about remaining composed and sticking to a disciplined approach. Bivol is convinced that Crawford possesses the same mental fortitude and could use it to his advantage in the ring against Alvarez.
Yeah, you know, with it's not about only getting used to the power, and it's also about be mentally ready, because when people are not prepared them mentally, they like afraid or scared, you become weak, your body become weak, you know, when something happened and it's something new and you wasn't ready for this. We all know these feelings, like the body become melting, like just soft, you know. And mentality is very important also for this fight. even his one weight class or two weight class lower, if he's mentally ready, he will be ready to get these punches and be okay with this. He could be good. At the same time, we saw how Canelo was fighting against another guys like Charlo, maybe Smith, Callum Smith, and we saw the huge difference. I think it's not because of weight class; it's about mentality of the opponents.
Other fighters have weighed in on the matchup with a different perspective. Sergio Mora, the former WBC super welterweight champion, initially questioned whether Crawford, moving up 2 weight classes, could truly challenge someone like Canelo. Mora pointed to Crawford's less than impressive showing against William Skull as evidence that Crawford may be losing some of his explosiveness. However, after reflecting on Crawford's overall skill set and resilience, Mora has softened his stance. He now believes that if Crawford comes in with the right mindset and a renewed focus, he could surprise many by putting on a spectacular performance against Canelo.
Initially, I said, oh man, this is just a money grab. I mean, Crawford started at 135. How is he going to be at a guy that's fought as high as 175? And then you saw Canelo's fight against William School. His last fight. It wasn't a good fight, man. You've seen that he doesn't have the fastball anymore. He doesn't have he's never had fast feet, but at least he's not cutting off the ring like he used to. Yeah. And the explosiveness in his combinations and in half speed, it wasn't there either because there was nothing to hit. So can you imagine a Bud Crawford who's nowhere near a William School? School just ran. He didn't try to win that fight. Bud's going to try to win the fight. Mm-hmm. He's going to have the footwork. He's going to have the hand speed. He's going to have, maybe not the power of Canelo, but he's going to have respectable pop in that punch coming from both stances, mind you, the left-handed and the right-handed stance. And I just think ultimately Crawford just is a mean mofo.
Mora sees Crawford's counter-punching style and ability to switch stances as key advantages in this fight. Unlike Skull, who fought cautiously and seemed content to survive, Crawford is likely to press the action and attempt to win, not just avoid defeat. If Crawford fights smart, keeping the pressure on Canelo while avoiding too much of the Mexican's power, Mora believes that Crawford could have the opportunity to win.
This dude mean. Yeah. I met Bud a couple of times. He pulls me aside and he gives me that look. He's a mean, intimidating dude, man. Yeah. And then I've been seeing how he's been growing into the frame. He's gotten big. He's gotten muscular, and he's looking more like a middleweight, super middleweight. The closer the fight gets, the more I'm looking at Crawford like, this dude might do something, man. Because all along I haven't changed my tune. I say Canelo's gonna win this fight, but he's not gonna come out of it unscathed. I can see him being bruised up, battered, maybe a little bit of blood, but his size is gonna come in the end. Now I'm starting to change my tune. I can maybe see the day that we've seen Canelo finally get old. No excuses, just Crawford pot-shotting him, having the night of his life, and we just watch something great. I can visualize it, man. So the closer this fight gets, the more that I'm looking at it like a 50-50 fight.
Shakur Stevenson, the undefeated lightweight champion, has long been calling for this fight, even before it was officially made. Stevenson has been vocal about his belief that Crawford's skill set makes him the perfect fighter to dethrone Canelo. Having seen Crawford's brilliant performance against Sean Porter in 2021, Stevenson was quick to predict that Crawford could eventually beat Alvarez. He has maintained that Crawford's ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw styles, combined with his elite boxing IQ, makes him a nightmare for anyone in the ring.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been putting it out since, I want to say, when he fought Sean Porter. Like back then, if you go watch, it's an interview out there. I had said I think that Terrence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez right after he fought Sean Porter.
At that point, but why did you believe then that was the right fight?
Because I just knew, like, as far as in that weight class, Terrence Crawford is like the greatest. So I just feel as though with Canelo's style and like the style of boxing that he got, I think and this is before Bivol did it, but I thought like Terrence Crawford was the only guy who I felt as though could have beat Canelo with his style.
Amir Khan, who has shared the ring with both Canelo and Crawford, also has a strong opinion on the matchup. Khan fought Canelo back in 2016, suffering a brutal knockout, and later faced Crawford in 2019, where he was stopped in the 6th round. Despite the losses, Khan has always admired Crawford's intelligence in the ring and believes that his friend and former opponent has the tools to beat Canelo. Khan emphasized that Crawford's boxing IQ is unparalleled, and he believes Crawford's underrated punching power could be enough to hurt Canelo, especially if the fight turns into a battle of skills rather than strength.
I'd fight them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's stronger and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you could see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
Jesse Rodriguez, who has openly backed Crawford, admits that Canelo's power could turn the tide of the fight with just one well-timed punch. However, Rodriguez remains firm in his belief that Crawford's superior boxing IQ and technical ability will give him the edge over the Mexican champion, despite the size and power differences. The size advantage that Canelo holds over Crawford is undeniable.
I do need to get your opinion on Canelo Crawford. How do you think that fight plays out?
It's a difficult fight. Crawford, he has the skills to box and stay on the outside, but Canelo has the power to size advantage, so it's a very difficult fight to call. I know Crawford will have to box a perfect fight for 12 rounds. Canelo can change the fight with one punch, so it's a very difficult fight. I've been saying that I favor Crawford. People don't like it, but it is what it is. I would favor Crawford in this fight.
Arislandi Lara has offered a more cautious perspective on Crawford's chances. Lara, who fought Canelo to a split decision loss, has seen firsthand how difficult it can be to match Canelo's power and strength, particularly in the later rounds of a fight. Lara has suggested that Crawford's best strategy for success would be to rely on his movement, using his footwork and agility to avoid getting into a slugfest with Canelo early on. According to Lara, if Crawford can keep the fight at a distance and make Canelo work harder than he's used to, it could prevent the Mexican from finding his rhythm and exploiting his power. For Crawford to win, Lara believes he must avoid any unnecessary exchanges of power punches and instead use his speed and ring craft to outbox Canelo.
Interesting 50-50 fight. He just feels like Canelo's very strong right now, and he wants to figure out to see how Crawford's gonna handle the power, especially in the early rounds, and what's gonna happen. So yeah, he said he remembers fighting Canelo back 14 years ago it is now, and he said he remembers he uses legs real good, and as long as Crawford uses his legs and he doesn't let Canelo just hit him in the arms and beat him up in the arms, he has a very good chance of fighting.
Crawford's psychological edge is something that has caught the attention of many experts. His ability to stay calm under pressure, combined with his technical skills, could make him a difficult puzzle for Canelo to solve. Algieri added that Crawford's freshness and hunger, coupled with his unmatched ring intelligence, might be the perfect recipe for success. He pointed out that in his opinion, Crawford is just built differently when it comes to handling the mental aspects of a fight. Some believe that the fight is Crawford's to win, while others think that Canelo's raw physicality will ultimately be too much for Crawford to handle.
Canelo Crawford, what's your breakdown of the fight?
Huh?
Canelo against Crawford, what's your breakdown?
Man, when you talking about these big fights, you whispering. You talking, huh? You said Canelo and Crawford?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. That's the biggest fight, you know what I mean, in boxing right now. Canelo and Crawford. Crawford stepping up. Man, it's so big, you got Muhammad over there saying something about it. That's how big it is. He came off the bench from the 60s, right, Muhammad? You go back in the 60s? Yeah, well, listen. Canelo is big. And shout out to Crawford stepping up. But does Crawford have to be worried about more things than just boxing?
Uh-oh.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Let's go.
I didn't say he has to do any accusing, nor we would do that, but I'm saying is, let's worry. If you watch what happened to Devin, Devin just came out and said the damage is done after the fight. You can never go and repair that. So let's be cautious, let's be prepared, and at the very least, join 365 VADA, 365 drug testing like Devin is doing.
Shut up.
As the fight date approaches, the anticipation is palpable, with fans and experts alike eagerly awaiting what is sure to be a thrilling spectacle. Regardless of who wins, the matchup between two of boxing's brightest stars promises to be a defining moment in the sport's history. If Crawford can replicate the mental and technical approach that Bivol used to defeat Alvarez, he might just become the first fighter to truly outsmart the Mexican champion. On the other hand, if Canelo's power and experience prove to be too much, then the size difference may still play a decisive role in the outcome. Either way, boxing fans are in for a fight that could rewrite the sport's legacy.